what's the rarest Pokemon you could think of? Like, find a Mewtwo in the wild. Like, you can't. Chargers fans just don't exist. Like, they're not real. We're gonna start out here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady in this Tampa Bay Buccaneers squad. What do you think?
I mean, not a whole lot has changed. They're still stacked.
Yeah.
All over the field. I mean, so Sue's gone. They brought in Akeem Hicks. They drafted Logan Hall. I think they'll be able to fill a spot with that combo. I mean, it might not be as good as Sue was, but they'll fill it in.
I think Akeem Hicks is better than Sue at this point in his career.
When he's on the field. Yeah, he's just missed a lot of time the last 2 years.
When you look at Ndamukong Suh, he's one of those guys who can be a top 5 player in the league when he wants to be. But, I mean, the effort's really never been there. With Akeem Hicks, it's a health issue, but, if he's on the field, you're getting 100%.
He goes all out all the time and played too many snaps in Chicago. If he's on a rotation here, I think he's going to be solid as far as health goes and just be a dominating force. And you have him next to Vita Vea, who is also a dominating force.
Vita Vea is phenomenal player on the inside for him. One of my favorite players in the draft the year he came out. And for me, this defense is going to ride or die on the health of their defensive backs. Last year, defensive backs could not stay healthy, and they were in a lot of shootouts. Tom Brady is comfortable in a shootout, but I don't know how often you want your 44-year-old quarterback to be in a shootout when he can manage a game the way Tom Brady can. But ideally, you want games that you can win week to week, scoring less than 30 points. And
yeah, I really like the guy they picked at 157, Zyon McCollum, one of the most athletic players in this draft class. This dude is just freaky athleticism at the cornerback position. Todd Bowles, very good defensive back coach. If he can coach him up some, and they have some injuries, he might be on the field.
They also grabbed one of my favorite players on the Dallas Cowboys defense last year that I thought didn't get the respect that he deserved in that Dallas Cowboys defense, Keanu Neal. And I think he's a huge addition. He's one of those guys who can play anywhere on the field. He can play linebacker. He can play safety. He can play corner slot.
So when I was throwing this together, I was actually kind of wondering who would be starting at strong safety, Logan Ryan or Keanu Neal. I'm not sure who's going to actually start there. And my one other question I got, or not question, it's a big season for Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. JPP is gone. Yeah, it's his time here. He needs to show something with Shaq Barrett, Hicks, and Vea. He needs to take advantage of the opportunity he's got this year.
Absolutely. And you still got Levante David there, who's one of the best veteran linebackers in the league. Probably a Hall of Famer at this point in his career. Devin White, stud linebacker. I mean, they're pretty good everywhere on defense. They got to stay healthy in the defensive backs, and they got to be able to rush the passer. But let's talk about this offense for a second.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, GOAT. I just accept the fact that I get to see him play. He's so good. I used to hate him so much. 10 years ago, I was counting down the days to where he retired. Or 10 years in the future, I'm like, I hope this dude plays forever.
At this point, Tom Brady is Michael Jordan if Michael Jordan never left to play baseball, never retired between the Bulls and Wizards, and then won a championship with the Wizards.
Exactly. You tie that in with a very good offensive line, Leonard Fournette, playoff Lenny, Super Bowl Lenny. And then, has there ever been another receiver, historically speaking, in their era, more disrespected than Mike Evans is? So many guys get talked about before Mike Evans, and then you look at what Mike Evans has done. You look at what Mike Evans does on a week-to-week basis. You look at his ability on the field, what he can do compared to what other guys can do. And he, in my opinion, he's one of the most overlooked guys in his era in the league. Doesn't get his flowers, man, and he's so freaking good.
Another guy who I think has kind of been overlooked, and I will admit part of this, part of it is just because of the contract, and you know that means Tom Brady said, go get me that guy. Like, I think he's going to get some solid work this year in Tampa. Because you don't pay a guy what they paid him and just because. I'm really interested to see how he plays out here.
I love Russell Gage on this team, especially with Godwin and Evans, Kim Brate. I think they still have O.J. Howard. I mean, this team is loaded with talent. This division is the Buccaneers to lose, so everybody else we talk about is going to be maybe talking second place, but I don't think second place even sniffs the playoffs in this division. So,
wait, so how many years has Tom Brady been in the league?
1, right?
22. How many rings does he have?
7.
So he's won a ring 1/3 of the years he's been in the league. So if you're getting anything better than 3-1 odds for Tom Brady to win the Super Bowl, you should take it.
In theory, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be placing the future for Tampa to win the Super Bowl just because I throw out multiple teams that I'm not going to bet against Tom Brady.
At this point, if you would have been on Tom Brady every year to win the Super Bowl, you'd be up so much money.
You got plus 890 right now.
Plus 890? Basically 9-1?
Yep.
That seems silly. At this point in his career, like, he's still kind of getting disrespected. I don't know. I mean, 9-1 is still pretty good odds. But
Tom, if you're listening, you're getting disrespected. Use it.
Heard it here first. We're more than happy to dive in deeper. You just got to leave us a comment below, like and subscribe. Let us know what you want to hear, and we may give you an individual shout out and maybe argue your one specific point. If you're like, this dude don't know what he's talking about, I'll debate anybody on that. Like, subscribe, give us a comment, and don't forget, don't sleep on the Lions.
Don't do it.